Screwed up that one. So when we do scenes here on OBS, I think the volume jumps because I hadn't set it before. Audio engineer, not setting his volumes correctly, right? Alright, so another episode. We're right here. We didn't do last week. Last week we had a special event. Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred dropped, and I was fully invested in that. What am I doing here? Ugh, Lord. Okay. But yeah, so straighten that out. That day, I was like, shoot, man. It was supposed to drop on Tuesday, but for some reason I got it on Monday. Everybody got it on Monday. Maybe my days are confused. and 7 o'clock it went live, and then the season went live at 7:30. So at 7:30 it was just nonstop, and the next day it was just nonstop. So I said, you know what, let's push it off to the side. You know, that's what we were talking about last stream. Jeez, excuse me. Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo. So what we said last stream was we're gonna dive into a couple of things, and I was spending the past like half hour dusting it off and setting it up here. MiniNova, Novation MiniNova, and we're gonna talk Theremins. So I got some stuff queued up about that. So you can see this intro track that we just had right now, stuff that you guys haven't heard yet, unreleased. I do have a release date. I don't want to share it yet, but this extended edit and the radio edit are coming out next month. That's as much as I'm gonna say. But yeah, next month. We got positive feedback. We went on Borgor. I don't know if anybody knows Borgor. Or I spelled his name incorrectly. Went on his Discord and his live, and we dropped the track in his what do you call it? In his he has a feedback area, and he liked it. He liked it. He said 8 out of 10. I should have uploaded that onto the computer, so I could have played it. But he said 8 out of 10. I could see people. I'm loosely quoting this. He says I could see people putting this into their playlist, into their set list, right? Turn this up a bit because I feel like my mic volume might be a little down. But he said 8 out of 10. I can see people using this in their playlists. He put up a poll of people saying yes, no, with a little emoji like, yeah, that's great, or crying like, oh, that sucks. I think it went like 6-2 or 6-3. And he's like, you people, you guys saying that this one sucks are crazy. I could see people putting this in their set list. He also mentioned there's a lot of house today, so I'm guessing, he wasn't used to the amount of house that was actually being played, or 4x4, since I know he does a lot of like everything, really, but yeah, that was kind of cool. I'm trying to incorporate that into, because this is going to be released on Audioplay. It's going to be fully ours. I'm trying to pitch that to Beatport, to Spotify, and everything like that we got support from a pretty major artist. So thank you, Borgor. If you ever see this, you probably won't, but that was really cool of you taking a listen. And we snuck it in too. It was funny. We were on the live, and I wrote on TikTok, I was like, is this Discord? He goes, yes. Immediately I went to his bio, joined the Discord, grabbed the link. This is all while I was at work, all on mobile. Copied the link, put it in the feedback thing, first post in his Discord, sent it on his way, and I went back to the live, and he goes, well, I gotta go and work on some tracks, so let's cut it off right here. And he scrolled down to the bottom, and it was that one you just heard. So there you go. Went back and edited it a little bit, what I like to call put the sprinkles on it, some noise, build-ups, and little things here and there to make it a little bit more creative and distinct from just a regular sounding demo. And then mixed it, mastered it within a day, and actually like 2 or 3 days, but I only get a chance to work on it in a few hours, so I gotta speed run these things, and yeah, that's it. That's the track. So before we head into whoa, look at all my crazy stuff here. I didn't even set this up. Audioplay. So I think it was right here. There it was on the side. Before we set up this MiniNova like run through, it's just gonna be a quick thing. It was my first synth. It's not my favorite, but it has powerful patches and stuff like that. But we're gonna play a track that actually was made with it. and that is Irma. It's a very short song, very hip-hop influenced, trap influenced. I recorded this from beginning to end live on this thing. Basically just hitting the notes, messing with the filters. Everything except for like the percussions is this track, is this synth, and I have it next to me, and we're gonna pull up the you can see here's the vocoder on it. We're gonna pull up the secondary camera, and it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be like upside down. You're gonna see my bad cable management and stuff like that, but you're gonna she's hooked up. So here's Coleco's Irma 7XJ, done by the MiniNova, done on the MiniNova, should I say. And we'll be right back in a couple of minutes, okay? Make sure you don't blow out your ears here. Put this down a little bit. Alright. Little quickie right there. Alright, so abrupt transition, and this is going to be interesting trying to talk into this while I'm pull it a little bit over here. But that's out of focus. Anyways, switch it over. Here is camera 2 going on live in 3, 2, 1. And there it is. Here is the MiniNova. The MiniNova. Alright. Yeah, MiniNova. Roadhouse. So it's an interesting setup. The most standout thing is that it has its own little vocoder right here. Little microphone to vocode to do your Daft Punk stuff. On this module, you obviously have your screen right here, so you can see what you're patching and what you're doing here on mainly your performance knobs here. But over here you got your master volume, sorry for the bad lighting, your tempo. You got octaves. You got your note latch right here, and you also have an on and off because you have an arpeggiator function here. That 8 is off. Why is that 8 off? So you could go from animate to arpeggiate, and it changes from blue to red. It's a really nice red. Doesn't do it justice on here. And the blue's nice too. Underneath your screen here, you got your pages. Scroll through the pages. You got menu, an OK, and a save, so you can save patches. Of course, you got your pitch and your mod down here. Your little 2 jog wheels. Up here, it's a switch to sort. You could sort between 0 to 127 or 8 through Z from patches and stuff. Here you could select patches by type and genre. So you can just turn this bad boy around and it'll kind of show you the group of patches that you're looking for. You also have here your patches to demo, so you can page through the patches, the prefab patches that are in it. Favorite, I don't know what that does. Never tried it. You got your filter, and then you have switch here that lets you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different performance patterns here. Up here, and I think you can really see it because it's really small and there's not that great lighting, but it says tweak, FX tweak, filter, filter envelope, amp envelope, and your oscillator. Some patches, you know, sometimes you're sitting here and you're working on things and you're messing with them, and a lot of it, you know, it responds very weakly. So overall, I think this synthesizer is a good starter synthesizer. The keys here, not weighted, as you can see, kind of tiny too. Like, I have small fingers, you know, small hands, and compared to somebody with long piano fingers or, you know, big massive hands, and it makes my hands look big. You feel me? Like, if I were to pull out and these aren't much bigger, but as you can see here, this is the MiniLab Arturia, you know, just a MIDI trigger. And I put this bad boy right here next to them. Oh, how do I do this? God, look at me. Put these guys next to it. I know this is a little bit closer now, but almost double in size. And these are weighted. Anyways, so let's get straight to, like, okay, the first bass patch. Turn that down a little bit because, I mean, I sound good, but this bad boy's a little. There we go. So, Moog filters are like nothing else, and even playing around with this Behringer Crave, that filter is pretty impressive too. Again, nothing like the Moog filters; those are top of the line. Nobody could beat them. So it takes a little bit of work to you know, kind of make it sound the way that you want it to sound. So if I were to, let's see, what do I want to do? Let's go up here and amp attack, balance, portamento. Let's go down to, what is this guy? I guess these are both the same thing, so let's balance it at 0. Oh no, it's switching on me. Might need to clean out this, see this little red light right here? Yeah, it's bouncing up and down. There's your channel 1 depth, FX wet level. Noise. And what's funny is that depending on the patch, it bounces around to like different effects. the resonance. Let's go LP12. So then, don't really like this example. Let's go with let's go with the lead. Let's see something here. Whoa, jeez. Some of the patches are funny. Trying to find a pluck. Kind of close. Kind of cool. So basically what we're seeing is sound design for the patches wasn't too great, but you can't alter these significantly. It just takes a while because of the interface. Let me do something here. Okay, that might work. So there you got the arpeggiator and the latch on at the same time. Excuse me. Tempos, it's at 67, so I will say that that's very smooth, and that's the good thing about analog. Like if you were doing this, the trained ear could probably hear it on a on Theremin or anything else when you're like picking up the tempo or picking up like a filter. You could hear it kind of choppy and microscopically choppy. And that's the thing. I mean, I'd have to dive into the actual build on this and find out if this is an actual an analog like tempo knob, or if I'm just BSing you guys and this is actually like like a microprocessor for the tempo. So then let's stop that. that's just switching it to attack, decay, sustain, release, and opening up the filter and then opening up the release. Closing it off. Closing the filter. So you got quite a... it's an interesting one. I guess I'm going to kind of end this quick demo of it with vocoder, you know, so you could hear what that sounds like. Get your Daft Punk on, but obviously hit the keys, and then you can hear my voice. You can hear my voice through this thing. Hello. Check, check, 1, 2. This one's called Breathy Vocoder. Lead vocal. Pad 2. Pad 3. Pad 4. Robot voice. Robot voice. Doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're doing it right. I don't even know. What's the key of the song? Hold on. Doing it. Is that the name of it? Doing it right? Daft Punk key. Oh, service unavailable. Okay, that's nice. What's so difficult about just giving me the freaking, is it D sharp minor? You got C, D up here. Check, check, doing it right, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it. Feeling it. I don't know. I don't have pitch like that. Oh, is this it right here? Something funky's acting with my browser up right now. Everything's like kind of fighting me right now. See, and this one says it's F sharp major. C, D, F. Doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're doing it. Doing. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna take a break. It's a cool synth. Definitely worth the price. It's pretty well priced. I don't know if it might be more expensive now getting it because everything's just so much more expensive these days, but it has some cool features. It's definitely worth having it in your collection if you're a beginner. I think there's probably a lot of other synths that do this just as well or better. The only cons is some of the patches you really got to work. What else? The whole layout up here, it just pisses me off sometimes. The ARP section's really cool. Obviously the vocoder, it's incredible. I like a big filter knob, that's pretty dope. This tempo is super smooth. I would change weighted keys a little bit bigger, and this whole section, screw that. Just, I don't know, do something different with this setup. I know they're trying to fit a lot of stuff into just a little area, but if they maybe would have taken the time to even stretch this out a little bit further and have this played out like how I have here with the Crave, you know, next to me, and the Edge, you know, these are all, I know there's not too much switching. There's a lot of things you can switch, but there's not too much. But anyways, let's go over here to track so we could take a quick break. In light of arpeggiators, and we were talking about trance, and then I went, no trance last week, you know, and I said, screw it, you know what, let's do trance. This is under Detox. This was my old trance name. This is Terraforma, the first trance track that I ever released. I don't think I'm ever going to bring back the Detox name. I think 102 is going to shift into doing trance stuff. If not, it's going to be these one-off remixes under this. This was my first graffiti name, DJ name, all that good stuff, but I think this one is kind of dead and buried. And but it was strictly trance. But I love trance, and I look to do a track of that once again someday soon, because it's first thing I used to play out in the clubs back in the early and mid 2000s. So yeah, Terraforma, Detox. was a really fun track to do. Cause I had just discovered how to do like really good ARPs. Or at least like semi-professional sounding ARPs. I was like really young. So I was really happy with myself. Oh, look how low it is. That's the ending. It's already ending. But either way, let's get out of that one. The rest of it's just outro, you know. You know how it is with our outros and our intros and all that good stuff. Let me switch off webcam to... There we are. This artwork was done on MS Paint, and a lot of the initial Audioplay stuff was done on Microsoft Paint. Fun fact. So, let's, here we are, Theremins. This is where we conclude our TED Talk. Let's make sure that this is... Okay, this is kind of just interesting. Maggie Gyllenhaal has a secret talent. She could play theremin.
This is a theremin.
Yeah. So, this is pitch.
This is a theremin.
Yeah. So, this is...
I think people are just blown away because they've never seen something as crazy as a theremin. Stylophone theremin. That's interesting. Let's see something else. A $50 mini theremin. Oh shoot, that's kind of crazy. Here's the second time I've seen this, but this is actually from the company. Control the pitch, there you go. Okay. Modulation. Interesting. That's so silly. I can't take anybody serious like playing a theremin, but like it's a cool little gadget. You can make crazy tracks with anything, really. I will have to say that slider is super dope. Okay, let's take a stop at it. Look at that waveform. You got a sine square, pitch. I guess this is to coarse and fine. No, this is antenna and slide, and a mix on it. And then yeah, you got your antenna here. And then you could slide back and forth instead of dragging your hand over the bottom. You got that, which makes sense. Stylophone, you know, brand would make something like that. That's really cool. Stylophone. Hook me up, and I'll show it off. I'll show it off to everybody, and I'll incorporate it in a bunch of tracks. All right, what we got? What is this one? This is a tiny theremin. Let's see this guy.
Malcolm, keep playing, see what happens.
Malcolm. Lego, hit me up, Lego.
I've been playing there all my life.
Malcolm,
Me too.
keep playing. See what happens.
Oh, the sound of nature. Isn't it beautiful? Welcome back, guys, to another edition of Looted. Today we're going to be checking out whatever is inside this suspicious looking package. Looks like the sort of thing that if you left it on public transport it would be taken away and destroyed with explosives. But in fact inside this box is something that I've been wanting to check out for quite a while.
Looks like one.
a tiny theremin. For years, people have been asking us to check out a theremin on the channel, and the main reason why we haven't until today is frankly because they are way too expensive. Most of the ones out there cost around $400 to $500, whereas this little guy right here cost us about $100, which is significantly cheaper.
Which $400 or $500 for a synth isn't bad, but for a theremin, and I don't hate on them, it's just...
Obviously this one isn't going to have all the bells and whistles that you would expect from a more expensive one, but it could serve as a good introduction to Theremins, and if I like it, maybe later down the line I'll invest in a swankier one.
Good.
We're going to need a wider lens.
Looks like a radio.
You know what? It kind of looks like the ones that Jimmy Page used at live shows. On the side here, you've got your on and off switch. Just below that, you've got your DC power input. And below that, you've got your 6.3mm audio output, so you can directly plug this thing into a guitar amp. The knob at the front here is used to tune the starting frequency / pitch, and it also changes the size of the electromagnetic field, I think. It sounds right, but it also could be completely wrong. Basically,
You know, it sounds right.
it changes how close you need to get to the antenna before it produces sound. Speaking of which, you've then got your antenna, and the big difference between this one and the other ones that you get on the market is that it only comes with one antenna which controls the frequency. Other ones like the Theremins made by Moog come with two antennas, one to control frequency and one to control volume.
Pitch.
Now, if you want a more
Volume,
technical
sorry.
breakdown on how Theremins work and the science behind them, I suggest you go check out SciShow's video from 2016. Let's be honest, Hank Green is a far smarter man than I, so it's probably best you go listen to him when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm here to make noise, and noise I shall make.
Noise is the only thing you should be making.
That's fun. So like I said, you can use this knob to change the field, and if you turn it all the way in this direction, you have to get very, very close to make a noise. In fact, you might have to touch it. And yeah, you have to touch it to make a noise. Whereas if you turn it all the way in this direction, it starts making a noise, and I don't think I can escape it. No, it's just gonna keep screaming. Stop screaming at me. So we just change the size of the field.
You know what? I might have to get one just so that the girls could play with it. They're gonna have so much fun just going, especially the little one. Oh my god. The big one's gonna think that she's like, I'm gonna be in a concert right now, but the little one's just gonna fart and laugh and have a good time.
Sounds like I'm watching the TT. You can get some kind of spooky effects out of this thing, like a creaking door. Or it just sounds like a passing wind. Either way,
That too.
it's an effect. You can get some vibrato going by shaking your hand. Which works quite well. Now ideally when you use a theremin, you want to use it in a nice clear and open space and not like this tiny studio with a load of studio equipment kicking about. And that's to reduce the amount of interference that the theremin would pick up, but luckily it seems to be working all right in a tiny space like this. The sound that's coming out of this theremin does sound very distorted, but I think that has more to do with the fact that we're using a cheap and very old amp. One day I'll buy myself a new and better amp, but I just can't part with this little guy, especially after all the memories that we shared.
Yeah, if it works, it works. Good for him.
Let's be honest, PV was a bit so I bought myself a new amp. This right here is the Vox VX
What a sellout. How are you gonna do that to that amp?
15 GT, and the reason I picked this guy up is because it comes
Everything
with
it's gone
loads
through?
more features than my previous amp. It comes with a built-in delay effect, you can change the sound profiles, you can just do so much more with this amp, and I love it. And because it has a built-in delay effect, it means that I don't have to have a separate pedal or anything like that to use with
Which
my
is funny, 'cause I
theremin.
was
can
looking
just
at
plug
this
in,
preview
get the
down here
delay
about
effects
pedals
that
on
I
the theremin.
need, and I'm happy as Larry. Let's just add a slight delay.
Cool.
Just makes it sound a bit more spacey. Gosh, it's noisy. Org phaser, let's try that.
Whoa, whoa. Careful with your hand, buddy. Careful with your hand.
Ooh, twin trem.
Reminds me of Tiesto presenting Allure, The Loves We Lost. That.
Let's see what the sound profiles do to this thing. I have a feeling it's not going to sound great. Oh, the sound is nature. Isn't it beautiful?
Alright, that's enough of that one. That's a cool little theremin. They're all people playing them. We all know what they do. I guess we're gonna do this. We're gonna skip around because this is a very
I
long
slipped
video.
on the
30
porch
minutes
steps.
almost.
I'm okay, just a little dizzy. They said I have to pay up front before they'll even look at me.
Ah, ransomware. Very interesting. I like the way this looks. It's so tiny. Skip ahead. This reminds me of something. Hold on. Hold on. And it's something I haven't really shown on the channel. It's this guy. The Castle B drum, and it takes 3 AA batteries, and it's already on. It has a little light down there. But you could patch, and this is a mini drum machine. No, not modular, but it's just this. It's another little gadget. You know, it's kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that next week, and mess with that one and show how that little thing works. It's pretty noisy and gets pretty annoying, but it kind of reminds me of this. Also, a little bit miner that I have. Right, we're gonna go do something else. Let's go look at something else. Look at that. There's a lot of people doing the stylophone theremin. I think that's the one that we just saw down there too. But this looks similar to the Moog. This one is one that I almost bought one time. But the Moog is that wooden box one. This guy, the Moog Theremin in action. Because this is the new one that they got out, or the newer one. Oh, from actual Moog.
Here are your references formatted.
Oh my gosh, I don't like hearing music. I don't want to have issues.
Squares.
Giardelli. Dummy. 2011, April Fools. Polyfine. This isn't the OG one, but cool nonetheless.
Hi, my name is Dorit Chrysler. I make music and I play the theremin. I'm here to introduce this amazing new invention of Moog music that's gonna blow your mind. We have the first polyphonic theremin. The technology is called isodirectional inductive oscillator technology. And
Idiot.
it allows you
Did it just spell
directional
idiot?
inductive oscillator technology. And it allows you to control 5
Oh, this is
voices
April
separate.
Fools. April Fools. You got me. I think that, yeah, this is the original one here.
Wailing sound that sometimes goes along with the violins and is supposed to create an eerie mood. It's certainly the most unique instrument that's ever been invented. When Leon Theremin first created this instrument and started taking it around and demonstrating it in Russia in the 1920s, it created a sensation. He brought it to Europe and it created a sensation, and he brought it to the United States and it created a sensation. Probably because it's the only instrument that you actually play without physically coming into contact. More intriguing to have the hands purely in the air, so that's where he developed the first prototype theremin. So the brilliance of this technology is that Leon Theremin determined that if you have an electrical field around this antenna and it's connected to a circuit, and you have an electrical field around this antenna connected to another circuit, then by bringing your hands near these electrical fields, you are actually altering these electrical fields in such a way that it affects the circuits, and these circuits eventually go to something that is going to produce an analog sound that comes out of the speaker, and you will hear it. So your hands moving through these invisible electromagnetic fields will actually create sound. On the original theremin, as Leon Theremin designed it, the tone was very close to a sine wave, which means very few harmonics and therefore not a very rich sound, more of a pure sound. So that's the general principle of the theremin. The theremin is a monophonic instrument, which means that it only produces one sound at a time. So I often compare that to singing in the shower, without the shower, just the singing. One tone at a time. We can't play harmony on this, although today we can use this as a MIDI controller and there are other applications of the theremin. But the basic theremin produces one tone at a time. This is our pitch antenna, so anything we do in relation to this antenna with our hand affects whether it's a low note or a high note. This is our volume antenna here, and this is not only the way that we create louder or softer volume, but the way that we can chop up the sound over here into individual notes. The little knob here that says pitch, what that means is it controls the amount that the electromagnetic field expands or contracts from this antenna, therefore how it relates to the electrical capacitance in a particular person's body mass. So we're going to get a tone here. Here's a tone, not doing anything. And then I am going to do this. I'm turning the knob, and I want the lowest possible note right here at where my hand is near the shoulder. Now if I turn the knob the other way, you see I'm not doing anything, but it's putting a higher note back here, but I want the lowest possible note right here. Now I should have the full range of the instrument, and you can see it's quite a few octaves.
Yikes.
And it is really essentially a siren. So you have this basic siren sound like this, and we want to then chop that up into individual parts using the volume antenna so that we can create individual notes like this. That kind of idea. So otherwise, if we didn't do that, we would just have that slide between notes. But this is very responsive volume antenna, and you can truly cut the sound off very nicely, like that. So that's the way we chop it up into individual notes. That way we could actually play something that is relatively musical, such as a scale. We can also add a vibrato to the sound like this. Now we want to be careful not to do the vibrato forward like this, or we will actually change the pitch of the note, but vibrato is generally done
It depends on how you
side
want
to
to.
side like that. Bob Moog added
Be more like an
a few
LFO actually
knobs
going in and
on
out
the
like
ether
this.
wave here, allowing you to change the nature of the sound a little bit and make it a little bit richer. So, for instance, there is a brightness control here. I'm going to show you one extreme. So here is the brightness knob in one position. And now brightness adjusted differently. And now I'm going to adjust the waveform a little bit. This is one extreme of the waveform. And now with the dial all the way to the other side, waveform. So
Yeah, sine to square.
sound quality essentially. Playing the theremin does involve a great deal of skill, as you can probably tell. It was originally advertised in 1929 when Radio Corporation of America designed the first commercial theremins as
Incredible. I've always loved the theremin. But for studio application, I always thought it's more of a live instrument or a just a gadget, you know, something to mess around with for making tracks. I mean, you can probably build some soundscapes with some pedals and stuff like that. Anything can be used. I mean, shoot. I got a pair of needle nose pliers here. I can make music out of this, you know, and then go and sample that and, you know, make one heck of a, you know, nice a groove with it. And the same thing with the theremin, you know, but functionality wise for what I do, it's low on my score. But again, I'm probably gonna get one because it's too damn cool. And we'll just we'll look around one of these smaller ones, and then we'll probably do a little demonstration, right? You know, I haven't done soft synths in a while either. You know, I know I did one for Fan and a couple other things, but either way. Super cool. Super cool. Theremin's always been cool. What did I say? It says next week something else. Who knows? I'll just play this back and find out what I said for next week, and we'll figure it out. Either way, that's it for tonight. You know, it was. I usually break these up into 4, but because I went long with the song and I went long with the intro and stuff like that, we kind of got backed up. I always like to keep these to about an hour. But yeah, let's play us off. Let's play us off with something, and we'll come up with something cool again next week. I really do like doing the YouTube videos because I saw that everybody really liked the whole dead mouse with the CV HDMI contraption that he made. Instead of using CV cables, he was using an HDMI cable. That got a lot of people, you know, talking and buzzing and watching the video. So I really do like popping in and looking at YouTube videos and seeing what other people are doing, but also talking about what we're doing here at the record label. And new music is coming out. A lot of it's me. So send your demos if you got something cool. I should launch Label Radar again. We had that running for a little bit, and I've been inactive on there for a while. But we'll get back. If you're on Label Radar, check us out. I'll probably log in because I'm sure that they put us as inactive. If you're not on there for a while, they kind of put you on inactive, and they say, "Hey, we're taking a break." You know, that's the nice way of saying that. Saying a lot. But anyways, yeah. Actually, there's a track here. There's a track here that we're playing. This is nowhere near being done. It's going to sound terrible. But we're going to play it anyways. We're going to play it off. Another 102 track. The working title is Apogee. Kind of doing an Eric Prydz like whole thing. Maybe I talked about it before. I don't know. Side A, side B of a bunch of tracks, and then eventually turn it into an album. And it's all going to be focused a lot on the moon landing. Not the moon landing. What am I saying? Artemis 2, the moon circling, the moon orbiting, or rounding, because they didn't orbit. They just went around it real quick, slingshotted it. And the reason I'm using this as a working title is because one of these is going to be Apogee and Perigee, and I don't think this one's going to be that, but who knows. Yeah, so if you watched, thank you. We're cutting these up into shorts, into clips, so if you watch these and you catch the theremin stuff, cool. If you catch all the other stuff, also cool. But until next week, we got a nice little schedule. Every Tuesday we drop on here. I'm going to work on, we potentially have a weekly show that we're going to probably be broadcasting live at a place, an actual place where we're going to be DJing at. Talking with a restaurant / lounge up in North Miami that we could potentially be making our home kind of as a resident. I need to talk with them. I need to send them some music, kind of let it go for a little bit so maybe they don't think I'm serious or something, but I'm going to put together something for them very soon, send it to them, and hopefully they take it. If so, we might be doing some live shows from there too on different days. But anyways, this is working title Apogee. Stuff's not even done. It sounds terrible on the final build up, but this is what I'm playing everybody out with. So have a good night on this channel. See you again very soon with video game stuff and just stuff with my wife and whatever we do. But with Audioplay next week, talk about whatever I was saying earlier. All right, good night. Okay, I just realized that this thing is not playing for some reason. Hold on. Why are you not playing? What's going on here? There we go. Fixed it. Good night.